Hello and welcome everyone to another video in the tutorial. In the previous video we looked at list and tuples, and in this video we'll be looking at list manipulation, that is how we can add, remove, sort and do some other stuff with the list. So let's define a list first. So let's say x equals. Now these are all random values, so feel free to use your own values if you want. You can have strings and floats in the list as well, but just to keep things simple I'll be using numbers. Now let's say you want to append or add an element into the list. So to do that we have the append function. So we'll say x.append. Now what the append function will do is it will add the element to the list, but it will add it to the end of the list. So let's say we do x.append 99 and let's print this. And you can see it added 99 to the end of the list. But if we want to insert 99 at a specific location in the list, to do that we have the insert function. So we'll say x.insert, and the insert function takes two values. The first is the index where you want the element to be inserted at. So we'll say 2 and the value itself. So we'll say 99. So let's run this. Now index in programming languages starts from 0. So you can see 0, 1, 2 and it added 99 at index 2. To remove elements from a list we have the remove function. So let's say x.remove and we'll remove 23 from the list. Let's run this. And you can see it removed 23 from the list. Now the append, insert and remove function modify the entire list, so we cannot print them directly. We have to perform the operation first and then print the list. Let's say you want to know the index of an element in the list, so we can say x.index, and let's say you want to know the index of 23, so we say x.index 23. Now the index of 23 is 1, you can see 0 and 1, so it should print 1. Let's run this and you can see it printed 1. Another function we have is count. So what the count function will do is it will count the number of times the element is present in the list. So we have two ones in the list, so if we say x.count 1, it should print 2 and you can see it printed 2. Now if we say x.count 66, we only have 166 in the list, so it should print 1 and you can see it printed 1. Now another thing that you can do with a list is you can sort the list, and to do that we have an inbuilt function which is called as sort. So we'll say x.sort. Now this function will modify the entire list. So we have to perform the operation first and then print our list. Let's run this and you can see it sorted our list. We can also get a smaller list from our bigger list. So we can say x2 colon and then 5. So what this will do is it will print the elements as index 2, 3 and 4. It will go up to the index 5, but it will not print the element at index 5. So let's run this and you can see it only printed 3 elements. Now another thing that we have at list is called as negative indexing. So if I say -1, it will print the last element in the list. You can see it printed 66, which is the last element in our list. You can also say x -2 and you can see it printed 45. So negative indexing basically allows you to travel the list from backwards. Now if we remove the minus and let's say x1, so it will print 23. Let's run this. You can see it printed 23 because if we want to travel the list from the start, you have to start with 0. The first element starts with 0, 1, 2. But if you want to travel the list from backwards, you have to start with -1. So this is how you can add, remove, sort and do other stuff with a list. So that covers about everything on list manipulation. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, subscribe if you liked it, and until next time.